In the series of the stories of super hit film shown on Khabar Tak, the link of the stories that I have brought today for you is the story of film Soor. This film was released on silver screen in 1972, and the producer, director, and writer of this film was Manoj Kumar. He was also in the lead role as a Shankar in this film. Besides Manoj Kumar, Jaya Bhaduri, Madan Puri, Nanda, and Premnath also played a subsidiary role in this film and made this film very attractive. This film was full of melodious songs, a few of which I buzz for you. जीवन चलने का नाम, चलते रहो सुबह हो शाम, ये बादल छट जाएगा मितवा, ये रास्ता कट जाएगा मितवा, कि दुख से झुकना ना मितवा, कि तुम कभी रुकना ना मितवा। जीवन चलने का नाम, चलते रहो सुबह हो शाम। पानी रे पानी, पानी रे पानी, तेरा रंग कैसा, जिसमें मिला दो लगे उस जैसा। पानी रे पानी, एक प्यार का नगमा है, मौजों की रवानी है, जिंदगी और कुछ भी नहीं, तेरी मेरी कहानी है। Now listen to the full story of film Soor. The story of the film Soor starts with the scene of different types of noise coming from happy birthday songs, everyday fights like lining up pitchers while filling water and other regions, use of loudspeakers, the shrill voice of the people, songs sung on various festive occasions, the blare of vehicle horns and the roar of aeroplanes, even the noise caused by the slogans like Ram Naam Satya Hai during funeral processions of people. In the beginning of the story of this film, it is shown that Shankar, whose role is played by Manoj Kumar, works in a factory. He is annoyed by all kinds of noises. The reason for his annoyance is a big accident. The accident occurs while Shankar's son Deepak, whose role is played by Master Satyajit, is returning from somewhere with his mother Geeta, whose role is played by Nanda. Deepak, moving away from his mother, sits on a railway track a little further. A train is coming on this railway line. As soon as Deepak's mother sees this scene, she runs to save her son. She somehow manages to save her son but loses her own life in the accident, and Deepak also becomes unable to speak. Although doctors have predicted that he will be able to speak after a surgery, Shankar does not have enough money to get the surgery done immediately, so he works very hard to earn money for the operation of Deepak. Shankar gets so engrossed in saving money for his son's surgery that he forgets even his son Deepak's birthday. Unable to speak, Deepak writes and reminds his father Shankar about his first birthday in the absence of his mother. He also tells how everyone used to go on a picnic and celebrate his birthday. After this, Shankar goes on a picnic and gets lost in his old memories. One day Shankar is going somewhere with Deepak and he sees that Raat Ki Rani, the queen of night, whose role is played by Jaya Bhaduri, is asking everyone for rupees 2 for her mother's last rites after her death. Kindly Shankar takes out rupees 2 from his pocket and gives it to Deepak to give to Raat Ki Rani. Raat Ki Rani takes this page, giving her blessing, and went away where two children are waiting for her. Both of them are orphan whose expenses are borne by Raat Ki Rani itself. She gives ice cream to both of them and makes them chant her name. After this, one day, Raat Ki Rani at the mouth of a tunnel asked a decent but mischievous elderly man to cross the bridge with her in the darkness of the night. That man is crossing the tunnel while looking and touching Raat Ki Rani with the wrong intention. Then Raat Ki Rani changes her form and asks him for rupees 10 and there threatens to shout for help if he does not give it. Scared by this, the man gives her rupees 10. Then some goons come there and ask him for the money, but she does not give him any resistance. Instead, she talks about teaching him a lesson. Then the local goon runs away from there, threatening her to teach a lesson by bringing her to his hideout. One day, Shankar again finds Raat Ki Rani asking people to donate her rupees to so that she can perform the last rites of her father. He even gives rupees 2 note in her palm, but Shankar takes her entire earnings so far at the same time. Shankar blames her to mock poverty. He tells that he himself is a poor, but don't make a mock of robbery, poverty as she does. Then she runs away, threatening him to take revenge one day. One day she finds the chance Shankar is returning home after finishing his duty in the route of tunnel when darkness prevails. She asks Shankar to help her cross the tunnel as she is afraid of the darkness. Inside the tunnel, Shankar helps her to cross the tunnel with him. In the midst of the tunnel, she takes a turn and threatening Shankar to give her rupees 10. Otherwise, she will be shouting for the help of local natives, blaming him for robbing her modesty. Shankar says even though he hates noise, nevertheless he does not afraid of it. Thereafter, she even pretends to shout for the help when she finds no sign of fear on the face of Shankar. She asks Shankar to move away. Shankar remains stubborn there, then she herself flees away. Therefrom, she comes to her two orphan children and asks them to prepare sarangi and dholak for a new business. She tells them that nowadays people are not afraid of losing their respect, so she will sing song and ask for money from the people because now people do not give money even in alms. In this sequence, one day she is dancing and singing. Shankar passes by with his son Deepak and friend Khan, whose role is played by Prem Nath. Raat Ki Rani is dancing there. Many people look at her with wrong intentions, whom she scolds and forces them to run away. But at the end, despite everything, she gets only 20 paise. Then she says that it cost her rupees 2 to rent this dress and the income was just 20 paise. In such a situation, how will she continue this business? If not this, then what will she do next? Thinking this, she is going with her children that some goons of the street who are currently involved in illegal business like Haris and charas selling catches her and forcibly bringing to his hideout. In this out, the leader of the gang of the goons forcibly tries to rape Raat Ki Rani by beating her. She is fighting with the goons bravely. Meanwhile, Shankar, his son Deepak, and Khan reaches there and stop the goons from fighting and allowing only the leader of the goons to fight with Raat Ki Rani. In this fight, goons leader falls on a knife and died. While this fighting of Raat Ki Rani and the leader of the goons were going on, Deepak conveys a police cop of this incident and bringing him at the place of fighting. As per his advice, the matter is brought in a court for the trial where Raat Ki Rani is almost at the point of conviction. When Khan reaches there and being pleased with her argument, thought to help as if she is his daughter. He sells one of his hut and begs some money from Shankar to employ a public pleader for her defense. Public pleader proved her innocent and guilty to the opponents, that is, the goons. Returning unclaimed, Rat Kirani is tucking big to his two orphan child. Meanwhile, Khan comes there, addressing her as a daughter. Thereupon, Rat Kirani says she does not know her caste, although she was found at the doorstep of a temple and the two orphan child with him are Hindu. If he still wants to adopt her as his daughter, then okay. Then Khan says caste does not matter to him and he brings her along with her two orphan boys to his hut. Shankar, when that day returns home, he finds Rat Kirani there. He asks her if she has flown from the jail, replying to which Rat Kirani says that she has been respectfully acquitted from the honorable judge. She informed him one thing tearfully, that in this trial she got father as a winning prize of a lottery. When Shankar wants details of this lottery, she shows Khan standing at the first floor of a hut. Then Khan explained everything to Shankar. Khan also called Shankar to rename Rat Kirani. Shankar tells to annihilate Ratki from Rat Kirani and calls her by the name of Rani. Rani applauds, saying, "You are always right." One day, the goons captures Khan and ask him to change his statement so that the goons releases scot-free. The goons beat Khan mercilessly, drowning and hanging in a well, tightening him with a rope. After a while, this news reaches Shankar and he makes the goons flee from the place, beating badly. But Khan had to admit in a hospital as he was seriously injured by that time. Shankar donated blood for the safety of the Khan. Khan regained his health quickly with the support of Shankar and Rani. Meanwhile, a strike has been called in the factory, as besides non-payment of bonus, the factory owner have stopped payments of remuneration to the worker as well. Owing to sitting of 5 workers, including Shankar, on a fast up to death strike, one day Rani sent some bread hidden in a cap to Shankar by Deepak. Then Shankar returns the bread to Rani, saying that it would be breaking the unity of workers. One side there is strike in the factory, and on the other side there is acute shortage of water in the village of workers. That is why when one day it rains heavily, then in spite of wetting, they dance and sing with full enthusiasm. As there is strike in the factory, Shankar wants to go home in order to search of some monetary help from his parents so that he can get Deepak operated at the earliest on the suggestion of a doctor. He discusses Khan in this matter. Khan also wants to accompany him. They all reaches the home of Shankar. Here they introduces one another. Khan is astonished when he comes to know that the brother-in-law of Shankar is also living there. He retaunts him, saying it is to be very bad practices. One day Shankar reveals his desire to his mother. His mother suggests him to sell out the ornament of his deceased wife. Primarily refusing to do so, Shankar becomes ready for doing so when his mother tells him that the mother of Deepak would be very happy even in the paradise when she hears her child Deepak has been speaking. But when she opens the suitcase, she finds no jewelry in it. When she asks her daughter about this, she scolds her mother for imposing false charges on her. While Banwari, the brother-in-law of Shankar, listens all these about, he persuades Deepak playing in the garden to a lonely room. Here he puts Deepak along with a poisonous snake and shuts the door outside. Rani sees all this and she opens the door of the room and brings Deepak safe from the snake bite as soon as Banwari went away. After this mischievous activity, however, she did not say anything in this regard, yet Shankar suspected Banwari for stealing the jewelry of his deceased wife, find him with a sex worker. When he threatens both Banwari and the sex worker of a snake bite using an empty case for keeping snake, the sex worker accepted that Banwari had given her jewelry, but she is not keeping it with her now, and Banwari accepted his wife and given the jewelry to him. Then Shankar starts scolding his brother-in-law Banwari for this betrayal. Meanwhile, his sister goes to intervene and starts blaming herself for all these activities. Khan arrives there just then and advises Banwari to mend his way and ask everyone to do their work. Returning to the city from the village, Shankar is repenting about this and tells Khan that it seems that Deepak will not be able to be treated now because the strike in the factory also does not seem to be ending. Then Khan takes out money from his pocket and wants it to give Shankar. Shankar first refuses to get it, then looking at the deceased wife of Shankar, Khan says that Shankar does not want Deepak to start speaking. After this, Shankar takes the money and comes to the doctor. The doctor tells him that if there is any further delay, Deepak's chance of speaking will end. Then Shankar takes a date and wants to pay the doctor in advance, but the doctor refuses to take the fee, saying that his duty is to take the money after the work is done. Thereafter, Shankar is returning home. On the way, a man snatches his money by threatening him with a knife. Shankar follows him and reaches his house, where he hears telling him his wife that today he stabbed a man and took away his money. Now a doctor will be able to treat his son. He was making a lot of satires about the doctors neglecting poor patients for money. He could not bear so much happiness and got a heart attack. In the process, the money in his hand burns in the flame of the lamp. A dejected Shankar returns home in grief. Hearing all this from Shankar, Khan tells Shankar not to lose his heart. He says Shankar to recall about the incidents of a prize for a bicycle running for 7 days and the announcement of villagers who had promised to reward rupees 2000 for breaking the previous record of cycling for 7 days. Shankar is very happy to recall it and becomes ready for such a show. With the help of Khan, Deepak, Rani, and Avatar Singh, Shankar succeeds in cycling continuously for 8 days and gets the prize. Now Shankar goes to the doctor to inform him about everything and takes the final date of the operation. The operation was successful. Khan, Shankar and Rani hears the whispering of Deepak. They wanted to listen more speeches from Deepak, but the doctors warned them not to do so, as it might overwhelm Deepak and he apply pressure on his throat where there is still surgical injury. This may leave him unable to speak for whole life. After this, everyone leaves the hospital. Meanwhile, the factory workers' union men came to inform Shankar that the factory strike is over. Then Shankar thinks in his mind that he will stay in the factory the whole day, and when Deepak's wounds will heal, then he will return home. With this desire, Shankar went to the factory. However, he was working in the factory, yet his mind was remaining on Deepak. And as soon as the factory bell rang, he, in the joy of meeting Deepak, falls off a stair and seriously injured. Now he was oscillating between life and death. After a few days, Deepak was able to speak. He wanted to sing a song for his father first of all, but he did not find his father there. He is now desperate as everybody is saying him that Shankar will come to meet him soon. Shankar's life is saved by the doctor's treatment, but his hearing ability is destroyed. Deepak gets a deep shock from this, and Shankar hides his face from him, thinking that if Deepak sings the songs of his choice and he will not be able to hear this, then Deepak would be very sad. However, Deepak comes to know everything prior to he puts his hand on his father's shoulder. Then Shankar asks Deepak to let him listen to the song. Deepak sang the song. However, Shankar cannot hear the voice, yet his sentiment makes him very happy, and thereafter everyone is very happy at this. And the story of this film ended.